perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
But I did take 8th grade Spanish, so ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
What's up, bitches? Welcome back to the channel. I'm IV, this is Reviews for You, and today we are talking about the newest entry into the Deadpool franchise, and finally the newest entry into the MCU, which is a good entry, Deadpool and Wolverine. Before we jump into the review, let me say that for the first time, I will try to keep spoilers to an absolute minimum. So with that out of the way, let's get into the review. I'm going to start by saying this. I have been very critical of sequels lately. I have said that to me a good sequel needs to do are 3 things in order for it to be not just a good movie, but worthy of carrying on the mantle of the franchise. Those are: number 1, it needs to take elements from the first film and increase the stakes. Number 2, it needs to feel like a natural progression for the character and characters to get to that point. And number 3, you can't retcon things that have been previously established into other films. These 3 key notes are what I use to judge all sequels, and it's why I feel like recent sequels have been like sort of a letdown for me, like Inside Out 2 and Despicable Me 4. Twisters to me is the first sequel in a while I will say excels at my 3 points. But this movie, oh boy, let me tell you, it blows my 3 criteria points out of the fucking water. This is the best fucking movie I have seen all year. This to me was a masterful clash of comedy, drama, family elements, nostalgia factors, hero dynamics, anything you can think of about what makes a movie fucking awesome, especially a superhero movie. This movie did it flawlessly. I have said it once and I will say it again.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
After rewatching the first 2 movies for like the 50th time, because I fucking love Deadpool, I was excited to see what kind of hijinks the Merc with the Mouth would be getting into. I never expected what we got. The story never felt bland. Deadpool was always chiming in when the moments are getting too tense and too serious, and always lighten the mood fucking perfectly. Unless that scene absolutely called for a tense moment, which when those scenes did come, you felt the weight of the scene and how important that scene was. The humor is fucking awesome. I honestly don't think I have laughed that much at a movie since watching this scene from Ted 2.
Okay, maybe something else. All right, let's start with a person.
Robin Williams.
Okay, all right, for real, guys, for real. Who's got a person?
Robin Williams on 9/11.
All right, we've heard from these guys. Let's maybe give somebody else over here a chance. How about a location? Let's go with a location.
The offices of Charlie Hebdo.
Okay, seriously, sir, I just need a location.
Ferguson, Missouri. German Wings cockpit.
Okay, I heard Starbucks.
No, you didn't.
Nobody said Starbucks.
All right, Starbucks. Okay, now who's in the Starbucks?
Bill Cosby.
You people are monsters.
Look, we're giving you the tools, buddy. Come on, make some fucking comedy.
Not only was Deadpool's comedic moments fucking awesome, but his fourth wall break moments were even better. We all know that Disney was acquired by 20th Century Fox. Well, Deadpool does not shy away from the new corporate overlords and lays into Disney in a way I never thought he would be allowed to.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes! But I can't.
And the connections that are laid out between this film and other entries into the MCU are amazing. And let's not forget about the biggest elephant in the room, the fucking return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And as expected, he handles Wolverine fucking flawlessly.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
His return is handled perfectly and is a high point in the movie. That is at least one of many high points. You know what? Let me ask you guys something. What is a highlight of a Deadpool movie? Yes, the comedy, and yes, the fourth wall break, but honestly, what is the reason we go to see superhero movies? It's to see superheroes fight. In particular for Deadpool, it's watching an unkillable superhero mercenary fight. So how could you ramp that up? You know, how about having 2 unkillable superhero mercenaries fight constantly throughout the whole fucking movie? And each fight gets more and more badass with the violence, the gore, not to mention the cameos were fucking awesome and perfect. The action was awesome and perfect. The music was awesome and perfect. Everything about this movie was, no lie, fucking awesome and perfect. The only critique I will say is that Ryan Reynolds, you missed a moment to make comedy gold and have the whole theater erupt into laughter simultaneously. And this is the only small spoiler I will make. And that is that if you would have had a single specific character introduce himself in this way when you were asked his name.
My name is Jeff.
Another thing that this movie does perfectly is the nostalgic factor, as there are a lot of things that are seen or introduced throughout the movie that where if you know or if you like understand the concept behind that, just makes the movie so much better. But if you don't, that's okay. You don't miss out on it. That's how they handled it perfectly. It's like either you knew it and you understood and you made it and it made the experience better, or you didn't and it just went right over your head. But that was perfectly fine. I mean, there were some things that I had a buddy sitting next to me. He pointed out things that I didn't know, and I pointed out things that he knew, and it just made the whole experience even better, seeing everyone geek out when something would happen on the screen. I don't think there will ever be a more perfect sequel. This movie took everything the previous films did and ramped it up to 1,000. The bigger budget from Disney can be easily seen. And let me just say, I love Disney, but I was very skeptical when I heard that they would be taking control of 20th Century Fox and thus Deadpool. I was honestly afraid that they were going to try and hinder him and make him more family friendly, which in a way they tried to by making it PG-13. But again, Ryan Reynolds stood his ground and stood for the people and refused to let them do that to his favorite character.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And I think because of that, they delivered a perfect sequel, and to me, honest to God, a movie that should be nominated for Movie of the Year. The question I answer at the end of every review is, should you go and see this movie? And I think it is obvious that my answer is a resounding
Yes! 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 Yes!
This movie is everything fans of Deadpool and Wolverine wanted, and then some. I can't say this enough.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
If you guys like this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you at the movies. And hopefully, it will be another great film. But it won't be as perfect as this one was.